Welcome to another wonderfully stimulating capsule of Igraasp. Gratitude opens your eyes to the limitless potential of the universe, while dissatisfaction closes your eyes to it. So Igraaspers, let's get ready and always step up with an attitude of gratitude. The highlights of today's capsule are PM's 3-city vaccine tour, 4 Indians among BBC's 100 most influential women of 2020. Hyderabad becomes first Indian airport to deploy smart baggage trolleys. Iconic singer Cher is in Pakistan to rescue world's loneliest elephant. Indian researchers show how COVID-19 PPE can turn into biofuel. Australia clinched the ODI series against India. And so much more in our Fun and Facts segment.
Many around the world are awaiting a vaccine for the coronavirus with bated breath. PM Narendra Modi last week concluded his 3-city whirlwind tour to check on the progress made in developing a vaccine against the coronavirus pandemic. He visited the Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad, Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad, and Serum Institute of India in Pune to personally review the manufacturing process. Subsequently, he had virtual meetings with 3 more teams developing and manufacturing COVID-19 vaccines in India. We sincerely hope that these companies ensure a speedy and available vaccine to us all.
The Education Ministry of India has decided that Indian Institutes of Technology (IITs) and National Institutes of Technology (NITs) will start offering engineering courses in mother tongue from the next academic year. A few IITs and NITs are being shortlisted for this process. The National Testing Agency (NTA) will come out with the syllabus for competitive examinations after assessing the situation of education boards during the corona epidemic. Indeed, this will come as a huge help for students from states where regional languages are the main medium of instruction.
The month of December has kicked off with a good news. United Kingdom became the first country to approve a vaccine against coronavirus and has paved the way for mass vaccinations, which will begin from next week. The vaccine claims to offer up to 95% protection against corona. Russian President Vladimir Putin has also ordered the country's authorities to begin mass vaccinations of Sputnik V vaccine on a voluntary basis from next week onwards.
The BBC's annual list of 100 inspiring and influential women from around the world features 4 Indian women this year. Ridhima Pandey, an Uttarakhand-based youth climate activist who in 2019, along with 15 other child petitioners, including Swedish environment activist Greta Thunberg, filed a lawsuit against 5 countries at the UN. Amongst the 3 other women, there is 82-year-old Bilkis Bano, who was one of the many women who protested peacefully against the Citizen Amendment Act, the CAA. Manasi Joshi, who lost one of her legs in a road accident in 2011, was chosen for being a change maker. And Ghana singer Isai Vani is part of India's largest ensemble political band singing about inequality. 3 cheers to Indian women power.
Ever been to an airport and had trouble finding a trolley for your luggage? Well, Hyderabad's Rajiv Gandhi International Airport had become the first airport in India to deploy smart baggage trolleys to ensure people don't face this problem. The trolleys can be tracked by airport operator GHIL in real time to ensure that there is always enough to meet demand. An inbuilt security mechanism will also alert the authorities if a trolley is taken outside the airport boundaries. This is another big step in Hyderabad's International Airport's implementation of technology-based programs, such as domestic and international e-boarding and face recognition trials. All excellent initiatives by the authorities to ensure the comfort and safety of passengers.
Indian version of Twitter named Tutor has hit the internet and is calling itself Swadeshi Andolan 2.0. The design and interface of Tutor looks very similar to Twitter, with a similar white and blue color scheme, though its symbol is the blue conch. This app is very similar to Twitter, except that instead of tweets, users share tweets. In the almost 5 months of its existence, Tutor has already had a lot of celebrities tweeting. Are you?
Cher, the American singer, actress, and television personality, is in Pakistan to rejoice the resettlement of Kavan, the world's loneliest elephant. He suffered in the zoo for 35 years, mostly in chains. Veterinarians diagnosed him as both overweight and malnourished, along with behavioral issues due to his isolation. Cher took up Kavan's cause and has been a loud voice advocating for his resettlement, along with animal rights groups and activists. The 35-year-old elephant has finally been transferred to a wildlife sanctuary in Cambodia to start a new life.
PPE, that is personal protective equipment, is being distributed and used widely across the world as a means of protection from the coronavirus. But these plastic-based items are very bad for the environment. In an effort to solve this problem, researchers from the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies in Uttarakhand show how billions of disposable PPE items can be converted from plastic to biofuels. This efficient liquid fuel can be used for various purposes across sectors. This is a case of two birds with one stone. Plastic doesn't go into the oceans and kill wildlife, and many people who need fuel across the country are provided with it. A big thank you for this wonderful effort to the scientists.
Did you know that mass whale strandings have been occurring throughout recorded modern history? In a recent incident, about 100 pilot whales and bottlenose dolphins died, stranded on the remote Chatham Island in New Zealand. In all, 97 pilot whales and 3 dolphins were found dead. It is not fully understood why the whales were stranded, but pilot whales have a tendency to get beached frequently.
Dear Igraspers, it is not always a great idea to simply work by face value. When villagers in Nagaland's Mon district discovered sparkling crystals while walking in the forest, they mistook them for diamonds, and the news went viral on social media. But after the state government ordered an investigation to verify these claims, a team of geologists confirmed that the glittering rocks were indeed quartz crystals. Like they say, all that glitters is not gold, or in this case, diamonds.
Dear Igraspers, wonders never cease to amaze. Believe it or not, but a few days ago, people spotted glowing blue waves at Juhu Beach in Mumbai. This blue tide created a fluorescent blue hue owing to the phenomena of bioluminescence produced by bioluminescent planktons called Noctiluca scintillans or sea sparkle, stars in the sky and sparkling waters. Wow, must be quite a sight.
We all are aware of the process of photosynthesis, wherein trees absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. However, global warming and climate change have brought about the early onset of autumn season. This means that less carbon can be stored in trees than was possible before, and this in turn aggravates global warming, creating a vicious cycle. According to new research conducted on European trees, It has been observed that trees are shedding leaves earlier than usual. That means that less photosynthesis and lesser oxygen. Igraspers, the least we can do is plant more trees, isn't it?
Australia clinched the ODI series against India. Indian team found its first win after 7 straight losses. A 150-run partnership between Hardik and Jadeja was indeed important, while the batting by Steve Smith, the player of the series, was top class. Virat Kohli crossed 2 milestones of 22,000 international runs and 12,000 ODI runs.
Barcelona's Lionel Messi honored Diego Maradona by taking off Barcelona's blue and burgundy to reveal the red and black of Maradona's jersey from his stint at Newell's Old Boys after scoring the final goal against Osasuna last Sunday. Did you know, Igraspers, that Messi played for the Argentine club Newell's before joining Barcelona at the age of 13, while Maradona played 5 matches for them in 1994. After the game, Messi posted a photo of his tribute alongside an older image of Maradona in the same shirt, adding the message, "Farewell Diego," in Spanish.
The wait is finally over for all J.K. Rowling fans of Harry Potter fame, as her latest children's book, The Igraasp, finally gets physically published. What's more, some of its illustrations are by Indian children. During the lockdown, Rowling released a brand new children's book online and held a worldwide competition for 7 to 12-year-olds to illustrate it. Flooded with thousands of entries, she picked 34 winners, 8 of whom are Indian. The royalties from sales will go to Rowling's charitable trust, Volant, to help charities supporting those impacted by COVID-19. We surely can't wait to get our hands on this one.
The word of the week is consequence, which means the effect, result, or outcome of an action. You must think of the consequences before any action.
The World Health Organization, or WHO, issued its physical activity guidelines and recommended that children and adolescents should get an average 1 hour of daily physical exercise for their holistic well-being during the COVID times. WHO said that children must limit time in front of electronic screens. The guidelines emphasize on a minimum of 2.5 hours of vigorous physical activity per week for adults. This includes walking, cycling, gardening and cleaning for their well-being and mental health in COVID-19 era.
Riddle of the week is, you can serve me but never eat me. What am I? A tennis ball.
Can you guess who? This dreamer and visionary pioneered the American animation industry. As a film producer, he has won 22 Oscar awards. He co-created the character of Mickey Mouse with UB Iwerks. Yes, you guessed it, it's Walt Disney. Did you know that Walt Disney had also set up the Disneyland amusement parks?
Did you know that some fish can walk on land? Yes, you heard it right. While not all of them can actually walk, 11 such types and their many subtypes manage to move on land by walking, wiggling, or even jumping. Such fishes that can move on land and can live out of water for extended periods of time are called amphibious fishes.
Quiz time! Name the amphibious fish species that can survive without water up to 2 years. Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. Answer for the last week's quiz. The famous minimalist artist who made black paintings was Frank Stella. This certificate of appreciation is presented to M. Abhishek Pranav of Spring Day School, CBSE, Vellore, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraspers, this week let's learn a lesson in ahimsa. Authored by Supriya Kelkar, the novel is set in pre-independence India when Mahatma Gandhi called upon all Indians to send at least one family member to participate in the struggle. Young Anjali thinks that her father would volunteer but is taken by surprise when her mother decides to participate instead. The story is about Anjali's turmoil while dealing with her mother's absence, her acceptance of untouchability, and the general meaning of ahimsa or non-violence. Read the book and share your feedback at contactus@igraasp.com.
This brings us to the end of our news wrap. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Until we meet again, let us develop an attitude of gratitude and be thankful for each day. See you next week.